Hello. Hello. Tonight's stream is a bit different from the usual ones in that I'm not even going to bother pretending I'm actually developing something, and instead I'm going to be debugging existing software. And this is because I have recently installed this beautiful FreeBSD system on a machine, and I am going to see why this doesn't work. And by this I mean GOG. This is a color scheme set for terminals, and it apparently only works on Linux and Mac, and today I'm going to challenge it. And when I tried to run it with XFC terminal on FreeBSD, it did actually run to the point where it complained about not being able to get the PID of my terminal. So I'm going to start by cloning this repository. And I'm going to close this because this is irrelevant. And while I'm in here, I'm going to see what it requires. Firstly, the requirements txt shows that we are going to be running some sort of Python. So let's see if I have pip. I don't. Miss install Python. I might as well want to install htop. So in htop we can see we have 16 cores, and Python is installed. So now Python miss global Python, and that was I think 3.12.3 Python. Great. Python -mpip. Okay. Install -r requirements txt. Okay, I wonder what this is for. So I'm going to open the GOG.sh. Okay, we have the themes, and great. Okay, I'm going to see to the point where it determines the terminal type. I don't see any. Where's my cat chin? Cat. Okay. Okay, this is bash. We have themes. And let's see first. Require Python scripts either from the internet or local directory. Terminate, turn up colors, set gog. Themes. Okay. And then it's going to be okay, kitty. Okay, it's going to okay, so from what I can see, if I had some issues with the PID, it would be around this point. When it's trying to get the PID from the okay, so what if I just I'm going to open it with Tmax. So what if I just set the terminal manually? Terminal equals xfce for terminal gog sh. Okay, so now if I try to install, for example, Wombat, config file not present or writable. Okay, this is going to be another I'm going to search for this error message. Apply colors, line 9 to 9. Okay, this doesn't help. Parse stop. Where was it? Config file not present. No, but that's in apply colors. 9 to 9. Okay, this means that the file elementary OS or Fedora. I've never used either really. I think my only experience with Red Hat was in early 2000s. So I'm not really, I pretty much enjoy Debian-based systems. And out of Debian-based systems, Debian is my favorite, probably, and Linux Mint is also a very strong contender. What is the terminal RC? And what's xdg config dirs? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, do I have an xdg config dears? Nope. Echo xdg. cpath. What's that? Okay. Echo xdg. Runtime directory maybe. Nope. So let me see. cd.config. xfce cd terminal, and there is no terminal rc. Okay, what's a terminal rc? Mm-hmm. Okay, what's my version of xfce terminal? 113. And this means that this script isn't going to work because it's relying on xfconf. What about mate? I'm going to try mate. Mate terminal, cd working gog, pimp gog. I'm going to make it bigger. Terminal equals mate terminal gog. If I try this, tconf must not contain 2 consecutive slashes. Okay. Mate tconf. What's tconf in here? Command the tconf. Okay. So what it's trying to say? Base tier. What's base tier? Org mate. Profiles global. Tconf editor. Org mate. Terminal. Profiles. And there is no global. Okay. Profile list, nope. Default. Okay. I'm going to assume this may be caused by me not having a profile defined. Profiles, that's a default. Okay. So you can see that there is a palette. There is this palette thing. Where does it even begin? No. Palette. We have a palette. What's this with the profiles list? Paste here. Hang on, I'm hearing some noises. I'm going to check on it. Yeah, so I was hearing some noises, and it sounded a bit like a wild beast was like howling, but it turned out it was a human snoring. So I just closed the door and the problem went away. Augmented terminal profiles. Default profile. Okay, so maybe if I set a default profile. Yes. Maybe if I duplicate this one, or create a new one. Then this is somehow going to change. Profile 0. Profiles. Default. Nope. So I think what's happening is that this part is trying to find the default profile. And since the default profile is not in there in the where the script expects it, it's failing. But I can't put my finger on it. But a terminal profiles. Default slag. And what does this mean even? Okay, so this apparently is just a shortcut for true, and GTK, and this is going to okay, so I think the error was happening legal byte count 0 to head. Okay, so I think it's trying to run this, and it would fail because the key doesn't exist. And global default profile is here. Okay. And profile list is here. So apparently 9 to 9. No, it's not XFC, it's mate now. Apply mate. Okay. So for mate terminal, it's searching for profile list, which is here. Okay, I'm not quite sure what this means. Quite sure what this means. So what does profile list key say? Okay, so this means that this syntax means we're just going to up one directory. So yes, the profile list exists and it's in the correct place. And then in here, okay, so what's dconf? Okay, dconf is going to be which dconf, and then echo default slag would be empty. Okay, that's interesting. It's very interesting. Read default profile and remove. Okay, what does dconf read? Paste here profiles global default profile. So it says default. and then if we remove this, it says default. Hi Om Parkash Kohli. Okay, so this technically this should be working. So why does this? Okay, then maybe I'm going to just set the variable like this. Default slug equals default. Okay, we still have the conf write key value. Well, we're getting the same error, so it looks like it's going to be a long debugging session. Just as a warning to everybody who thought this is going to be interesting. Illegal byte count and unable to infer type. Apply GTK. I'm just going to make it output run in debugging mode. So this probably won't help too much. Like this. Okay, it didn't even work. Great. I'm going to apply the debugging flag in here. It still didn't work. Let me try again. Bash plus X. Illegal byte count. How is this executed? What's the script path? Okay, I think this means it's the What's this terminator? I'm going to try with GNOME terminal because maybe it's going to be a bit easier. Yeah, technically with debugging I should just try until it works. Let me see. Preferences. Disable this and this. And for this okay, CD working Pimp. Let's see. Terminal equals GNOME terminal. Okay, I'm getting the same error. What did it say the supported terminals were? Linux DT console food kitty GNOME terminal. And what's min tty? Okay, so anyway, I'm going to temporarily wire this file. I'm going to go back to this XFCE terminal and set up set it up to run Tmax instead of a shell, and also I'm going to set up a keyboard shortcut to run the terminal. Close, and then the terminal should be XFCE terminal and not this one. So preferences, other, Okay. So name run xfce for terminal, xfce for terminal, like this, and the command is going to be Ctrl+Alt+T, and it runs correctly. Okay. And then one thing I saw in this, in all of this, was that cappuccino mocha. Okay, so this syntax for apply GTK would be okay. What's the profile list key? Color, GNOME color. What does GNOME color mean? GNOME color. Okay, I don't even understand this syntax, so instead I'm going to write this, and then I'm going to run GNOME color four 5 4 7 5A. Okay, and I think it basically just duplicates all the colors, so that would kind of be matching with what I saw before. Org mate terminal profiles, like this. Why do I have so many profiles in mate terminal? And org xfce. How does this even work? Xfconf. Okay, and what is xfconf? xfce4 settings editor. Great. xfce4 terminal. Okay, this is all great, but it also means that we can only use a specific theme. There are no presets, no profiles, but okay, now if I wanted to run xfce4 xfconf query, what can I do? Xfconf query xfce4 terminal, color palette, property. Okay, channel xfce4 terminal, property, color palette. Channel xfce4 Okay, like this. Okay, great. And if we this basically means that it's very easy to set the colors in the terminal, and but that also means that you can only set one. Okay, great. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to parse the configuration files like here, and I'm going to hang on, and where do the presets come from? Hang on, what? When is this from? Okay, I want this theme, and I think I'm just going to use the simplest way possible. I'm going to save it like they say. Move this from themes to okay. Okay, I'm afraid this may not quite work. Okay, but at least I know the color palette is here. I'm not going to bother doing it in a more complicated way. And when I start it, XFCE, no, it was XFConf, XFCE4 settings editor, and in here color palette yes, preferences colors. Okay, it now looks like the colors are actually correct. Okay, this is the first step. So we didn't get GOG to run, but we did set the colors, and this is, I think, for today this is good enough. Why doesn't this? Okay, Good, so we got Cappuccino running in the terminal by directly editing the settings. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get some GTK themes working, and to this end I'm planning to get the min themes. I'm trying to get them working with Mate. XZ decompress min themes. Okay, tar xf min themes, ls, and city min themes, city Debian. Okay, this looks like these are the source files. I am not going to try and bother with the source files. I'm going to try and decompress the Debian packages. Themes. Okay, and now I need to check okay, our city Debian tar x cf data tar xc. Okay, and now we're going to get something like okay, for some reason this doesn't want to work. This is too bright, and I'm going to go with Julia. Okay, user share themes. Do I get it here? User share. No, I don't have user share themes, so we're going to look into user local share. They have themes? Yes, I have themes. Great. So I'm just going to copy all of these. Okay. Obviously this is not going to work like this. User share sudo cp themes user local share cpr. Okay, cp in here, cd themes, and I got all of this copied. Now I'm going to get into appearance, customize, mint by aqua, window border from. Okay, obviously this didn't work too well. Mint white dark aqua. Mint y. Okay. Window manager theme mint y is not installed. Paint white, dark blue. Okay. Okay, this is already good, looking pretty good. I very much like the themes from Linux Mint. So I'm going to also enlarge this panel and maybe to 36 pixels, and I'm going to enlarge this panel to also 36 pixels. Great. So now we have this beautiful cappuccino terminal scheme, and we got those windows like in Linux Mint. And the next thing would probably be to get the Neovim working as promised. So right now when we open the terminal, we see that we are failing to install EFM and Temple and also Ruby LSP. So the last time when I was trying to get this done, I basically just disabled the themes that didn't want to work. And why is this? Does this look like this? Okay. CDF LSP. And here is the list of the LSPs that we are trying to install. So I think in init Lua I have this function called isLinux, and I'm also going to just define a new function in here called isFreeBSD. Where is this isLinux used? Okay, looks like it's not getting used anywhere. So if it's if is BSD, then and else the same thing, and from here I'm going to just remove Temple and Ruby LSP and see this. Okay, apparently this didn't work. Mason, I'm going to GH. I'm going to try and uninstall all packages. Why it doesn't? Okay. What's the uname in here? The uname is FreeBSD. And if we go to lsp.lua, Okay, so for some reason it does not recognize me as FreeBSD. Right now it does. Okay, so the reason was that the for some reason the uname did not return a new line at the end. So this condition wasn't matching, and now I have a condition that if we are running on FreeBSD, we do not expect tempo and EFM LSPs, and this is because they just wouldn't build. They just complain that they don't exist. And now it's only trying to install Ruby LSP. Gem failed with exit code 1 and signal 0. Gem install Ruby LSP, let me see. Okay, could not create make file. Make. Okay, then maybe make equals gmake. Yeah, I can't compile a gem because I'm trying to override the make path to make so I can install this gem. And this did work. So the issue was that the FreeBSD make is different from the GNU make, and it just didn't work. They didn't work too well together. Yep. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do is see if this works like this right now. Okay, great. And now now it's working without other changes. Great. So I'm going to make the change permanent in the ZSHRC. Home bin. So okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install an emoji font. This should be fairly easy. Okay, and now okay, so this part is still quite broken. For some reason it does manage to display these what does sans resolve to? This is XFC for terminal, okay. I don't need the menu bar. Great. So sans resolves to Roboto, and if it does resolve to Roboto, then it means the anti-aliasing is somehow broken. Maybe I should just enlarge the font. Okay, so the font rendering does look quite bad, and also I don't think this has a lot of effect in here. Anyway, we got to a somehow decently usable thing. Window manager theme Pimp why is not installed. Okay, what about the X themes? Okay, still not quite. Okay, I'm going to also install now. Icon theme. Okay, so it's it's not complaining about the window manager theme anymore. It's complaining about the icon themes, icons, and the icons I can get within the tar.exe. Maybe I could get them with this download. Okay, so honestly I think this is quite great. This is the first time I ever managed to set up those mean themes on FreeBSD, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it might have been a bit better with some sort of better font rendering maybe. I'm going to quickly sign out to see if the settings persist. Yes, it looks like even after it looks like even after I have refreshed the page, it's still I still get the same settings. So now we're going to search how to enlarge. Okay, maybe in here, Windows, Compositing Manager, yes. Okay, this is not going to be too easy. Another thing is I'm going to check if the emojis are rendering. Yes, it looks like the emojis are rendering now. Okay, and the fonts in here. The font rendered here is not a color emoji. I'm still getting those ugly default cursors. Okay, now it's better. Good. I think this is good enough for tonight. Let me know if there is anything else you wanted to watch. And until then, I'm going to call it a night. Bye.